It was September 28, 1918, in Philadelphia. Banners, American flags waved high. Thousands of citizens filled the roads. The Liberty Loans Parade had been organized to encourage people to buy war bonds, a patriotic gesture to support the soldiers fighting overseas. Families, children, soldiers, and local bands marched together, unaware of the invisible danger lurking in the crowd. The Spanish flu, already circulating quietly in nearby states, was about to spread with devastating speed. In the heart of the city, people cheered, clapped, and celebrated. Doctors had warned that large gatherings could spread the flu, but city officials ignored the warnings, insisting the parade must go on. Streets overflowed with excitement and with germs. Within days, the consequences became clear. Hospitals began to fill with patients showing high fevers, severe coughing, and shortness of breath. The joyous sounds of the parade were replaced by the harsh reality of illness and fear.
With exhaustion, they had never seen anything like this. Feverish bodies, gasping for breath, filled every corner. Entire families were struck down together, parents, children, grandparents, all falling victim in the same week. The streets, once alive with commerce and joy, now carried the weight of grief, the sound of mourning, and the quiet whispers of those left behind. Mothers clutched their children tightly, rocking them to sleep while praying they would not succumb. Fathers who had marched proudly in the parade weeks ago now lay in their homes, trembling, struggling for every breath. The sick were everywhere, neighbors, friends, colleagues, and the fear of contagion was palpable in every home. Businesses shuttered, markets emptied, and the city's once vibrant energy evaporated. Public announcements urged people to stay home, wear masks, and avoid contact, but the virus had already done its work. Panic spread alongside the disease, and the very air seemed heavy with anxiety. The sound of ambulances became constant, weaving through the silent streets. Volunteers and citizens did their best, delivering food, medicines, and comfort to those trapped in their homes. Every family had a story of loss. Every block had been touched by sickness. And yet, amidst the despair, glimmers of human courage appeared. Nurses held the hands of the dying. Neighbors shared supplies, and communities refused to abandon one another. This was not just an outbreak. It was a city under siege by an invisible enemy, a force that showed no mercy. Every day brought new heartbreak, new names added to lists of the dead, new sorrow echoing through empty streets. Fear became a constant companion, but so did resilience. The people of Philadelphia fought on against fatigue, against fear, against a virus that respected no one. By mid-October, the death toll was staggering. Thousands were infected. Thousands more had already died. Entire neighborhoods were impacted. The living now carried the memories of the lost. Philadelphia's story became a lesson of caution, a lesson written in loss, in courage, and in the stubborn determination of humans to survive even when the odds seemed insurmountable.
By the end of October, Philadelphia had faced a catastrophe unlike anything in its history. The city had been struck down by an invisible force, leaving over 12,000 dead and nearly 50,000 infected. Families had been shattered, streets lay empty, and neighborhoods once filled with laughter were now haunted by grief. The Liberty Loans Parade, a symbol of patriotism and celebration, had unintentionally become one of the deadliest events in the city's history. Survivors wandered through streets lined with memories of loss. Mothers who had lost children held on to their remaining family members with trembling hands. Fathers who had returned from war parades just weeks ago now walked among the living with hollow eyes, haunted by memories they could not erase. Businesses struggled to reopen, and hospitals attempted to reorganize while dealing with the aftershocks of the crisis. The Spanish flu left marks far beyond the physical. Children grew up without parents. Communities were torn apart, forced to rebuild from the ashes of sorrow. Entire neighborhoods bore the weight of collective grief. The city's public health system underwent drastic changes. Quarantines became stricter, hospital capacities expanded, and citizens were taught the critical importance of hygiene, disease prevention, and early intervention. Amidst the devastation, stories of courage and resilience emerged. Nurses and doctors, many of whom had risked their own lives, continued to care for the sick. Families and neighbors banded together, providing food and medicine and comfort to those isolated at home. Churches and community centers became sanctuaries, not only for the living, but also for the memory of those who had passed. Philadelphia eventually began to recover, but the memory of the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic remained vivid and haunting. The city had learned a painful but crucial lesson. Public health could never be taken lightly, and the choices made during a crisis could determine life or death for thousands. Today, the story of the Liberty Loans Parade stands as a testament to both human error and human resilience. It reminds us that history must be remembered, that vigilance is critical, and that even in the darkest hours, courage, compassion, and determination can light the way. And if this story moved you, if it made you reflect on courage, loss, and resilience, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Click the bell icon to never miss a story from history that will inspire, educate, and move you. Join us as we uncover the lessons of the past and bring them to life for today and tomorrow.